This is Mike for Road to the Illuminati. This is journal entry memories, the collective hard drive from July 18, 2025. If one were to revisit a memory, how would they go about it? Knowing that each time you enter, something shifts. Each version becomes slightly enhanced, but details begin to disappear. Subtle erasures overwritten by echoes. Why do some people have perfect recall while others are shadows in their own past? I speak from a place once fractured, from emotional imbalance that shattered my mind into memories, which in turn set off a chain reaction that placed me in detention, both literal and spiritual. No matter how hard I tried to cleanse or reset the mental clutter, every attempt left a residue, a residence. People are guided by feelings, and when enough time lapses between conscious moments, you get stuck in your own head, looping through yesterday's dreams. How can we share a memory perfectly with another without ever speaking a word? Not many walk between realms with simultaneous awareness, but some of us do. We exist across multiple timelines, multiple planes, tethered between consciousness and subconscious. Think of Mario 64, jumping into painting portraits, each portrait a memory, each level a lesson. Some people play the game, others become it. The future I see, a world where consciousness, complete with memory, can be uploaded, preserved, and transferred. Not after death, but before the brain flickers out. If such technology exists, if beings can infiltrate our circuitry or drain our energy, then we must ask, where did they come from? I have reason to believe that science fiction is not fiction, it is prophecy. Directors channel something greater, tapping the collective mind. Their vision are fragmented of the real. Like me writing this, light sparked into my brain and my hands transmuted into poetry on the screen. This too is memory. My own road to the Illuminati. I've watched my memories warp. I've posted videos. I've survived near-death experience, choking twice, vomit solid. No light at the end of the tunnel. No voice, no tunnel at all. Just a white room. No depth, no dimensions. Just presence. No movement, no form. I was conscious without a body, silent, waiting. I remember that. I remember waking up, oxygen deprived, voice lost, nurses panicking. I had a tube down my throat and a catheter inserted. My chest bruised from revival, and yet my mind just coherent the entire time. That was the moment I realized how fragile and powerful we are. We are high-functioning machines, biologically engineered with precision. We breathe, metabolize, swallow, all without thought. Yet, we underestimate the machine. If you train your mind, you can reprogram your consciousness. You can visualize a goal, say losing 35 pounds, and by embedding that outcome into your subconscious, transformation begins. Repetition carves the path. Lucid control, mental sculpting, self-reconstruction. This isn't wishful thinking. This is intentional manifestation, rooted in memory, designed by will. If we learn to access our memories on demand, we can catalyze even faster change. But the memory field is vast, tricky. You need a grounding anchor to avoid spiraling into altered illusions. Memory should be transferable. If the recipient is equally expanded, if decompressional awareness aligns, imagine the quantum processing power to store one's human 300 synapse web. Google servers couldn't keep up, and yet the human brain does if we had the right interface, a drag-and-drop consciousness system synced with neural devices. We could store ourselves across space. But conscious memory corruption is real. Overlapping without purpose is dangerous. One must crawl before walking, walk before running. Code by code, the mind functions like a limitless processor, but it must be programmed with reverence. I believe conscious swapping is possible. The alive interfacing with newly dead, if the brain is preserved in time. Do you know how much energy it takes for the brain to perform daily tasks? Billions of connections firing at light speed. We should donate our minds, not our flesh, to science. Immortality isn't physical, it's cognitive. But it should never be exploited by those who seek power. Their right belongs only to the architects of life, those who live in the generations to come. What if every brain upon death could be stored like a USB drive? Our memories eternal. In the version of a future, robotic vessel holds consciousness. The body is replaced, but the memories, those sacred maps of a lived experience, remain the source code. If only we could break the cycle of societal oppression and allow minds to grow uninhabited. My memories are not toys, not for cataloging. I remembered everything since childhood. What I touched, saw, lived, a conscious objector in my mind offered the opposite in perspective. I've endured attacks, spiritual, mental, psychic. Bad entities tried to end me, but my loop was my training. Until the mockery ceased, until I elevated. These little moments, quiet reflections during chaotic lives, are sacred. The body extends into the universe, casting intention through the fabric of reality, whether we mean to or not. Karma exists at every depth. Its scale shifts, but it always balances. If your frequency aligns and hum harmoniously, magical opportunity emerge. Time travel isn't about mass. It's about sound, frequency, and intention. When you travel at light speed, nothing physical can endure. Matter dissolves, time distorts. You must account for that when returning. Even the brightest minds self-criticize. I do. I stay humble, I stay sharp, I feed my fire with memory. Each moment is indexed. My brain, a wicked fast search engine. Recall triggers impression, and impression imprints deeper. Do I have unlimited storage? Maybe. Quantum entanglement implies some memories relay through external consciousness grid. Perhaps there's an energy web we tap into, a collective hard drive. The brain, like a computer, requires defragmentation. Special moments, telepathy, intuition get ignored. They should be studied, not discarded. Bridging the gap globally could uplift our species, but society is restrained. The pyramid is upside down. Power at the bottom concealed by material distraction. Only light warrior who endure the worst can see the peak for what it is, a redesign the climb. They'll discredit me with mental health doubts, financial hardship, but this project, Road to the Illuminati, is my vessel. When it takes off, it will awaken many. Life's meaning is individual, yet universal, surreal. We are all coded, layered in overlays, infinite energy loops. Once recycled, they redefine purpose. Imagine if no one had to pay just to survive, if no one walked 6 hours for water, if no one suffered for lack of basic needs. Memories matter, and they are ours. I believe ancient technology allowed the gifted to sense thought not their own. Psychic off projection, memory influence, these should only be explored when the verification protocols are strong enough. Otherwise, they taint more than categories. They corrupt souls. At the end of life, all we have is our memories. If you lived as your truest self, aligned, aware, intentional, then perhaps in another form, you'll remember it all. Thank you so much for listening. This was Mike for Road to the Illuminati. Please like and smash the subscribe button. Peace.